Voice of Vietnam.
This is the Voice of Vietnam, broadcasting from Hanoi, capital of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Vietnam. I'm Hồng Hạnh. In today's program, after the news, we'll have a report on Vietnam's startup movement. We'll then highlight the efforts of Gleason young people for clean agriculture products. That will be followed by a report featuring Hồ Quang Cua, father of the world's best prize. But first, here's the news. In the news headlines, Vietnam controls well acute respiratory disease caused by the new coronavirus. The Ngọc Hồi Đống Đa historic victory is reenacted in Hanoi. A new coronavirus death toll soars to 132 in China. Now for the news in detail. Vietnam is well controlling the acute respiratory disease caused by the new coronavirus, said Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam on Tuesday. However, given the complex development of the disease in China, Vietnam should prepare for all scenarios, even the worst one when thousands are infected with the virus, and work hard to prevent it from spreading, the official said. At a meeting with ministries and sectors on disease prevention, Mr. Dam asked the Ministry of Health to prepare medicines and necessary equipment and promptly detect and quarantine patients, and urged centrally run and provincial hospitals to swiftly set up emergency teams in localities. According to Deputy Health Minister Nguyễn Trường Sơn, one of the two Chinese nationals who were the first confirmed cases of the new coronavirus in Vietnam has recovered at Ho Chi Minh City-based Chợ Rẫy Hospital. Vietnam's localities are stepping up measures to fight the new coronavirus. Hội An City has established a steering committee on disease prevention and set up a hotline. The city has provided medical face masks to those working at tourism sites and advised people to wear masks in crowded places. Nguyễn Văn Hải, Director of Quảng Nam Provincial Department of Health, said,
Làm thế nào để kiểm soát tốt nhất tình hình ngay từ bước nào, tức là ngay giai đoạn mà chúng ta chưa có dịch.
Efforts should be made to best control the situation at the initial stage to prevent the disease from occurring. We are well prepared for cases being tested positive. The best way is to control visitors to Quảng Nam and those who are staying in Quảng Nam, especially visitors from China. Da Nang City has proposed temporary closure of flights and sea and land routes to or from where the outbreak occurred. Health workers are working around the clock at border gates, airports, and seaports, increase oversight of community, and carry out the isolation procedure. Lê Hoài Nam, Deputy Director of Da Nang International Airport, said,
Thành phố Đà Nẵng thì cũng đã đề nghị với lại chính phủ với lại Bộ Y tế là không cấp hộ chiếu cũng như là không phục vụ.
Da Nang City has recommended the government not to issue passports and serve tours from disease areas. Quarantine activities are underway. Those detected by the camera as having temperatures of more than 37 degrees Celsius will be isolated immediately. This measure remains effective here in Da Nang. Khánh Hòa Province's Tropical Disease Hospital has opened another isolation section, bringing the total number of isolated beds to 40. A ceremony marking the 231st anniversary of Ngọc Hồi Đống Đa victory against Chinese invaders took place at National Special Relic Site Đống Đa Mound in Hanoi on Wednesday, the fifth day of the Lunar New Year. The ceremony celebrated the historic triumph in 1789, which Tây troop led by Emperor Quang liberated the Thăng Long, the former name of Hanoi capital city. Trần Khắc Tài and his family have attended the annual event for 10 years.
Năm nào tôi đi thì mình phải nhớ đến cái nguồn gốc mà đất nước mình hôm nay được hôm nay phải nhớ đến tiên tổ.
I come here every year to pay tribute to Hero Quang Trung and soldiers who made a historic victory against the king invaders. while sacrificed their tit. Nhất Linh, an artist from Vietnam Tuồng Theater, played the character of Emperor Quang Trung at the ceremony.
Thứ nhất là rất là vinh dự, rất là tự hào và rất là vui khi được thể hiện.
I always feel emotional whenever I play the character of Emperor Quang Trung. I try my utmost to portray the character as precisely as possible. Chairman of Dong Da District's People's Committee, Vạn Nguyên Phong said, Ngọc Hồi Dong Da victory expresses patriotism, solidarity, and strong will of Vietnamese people, as well as the legendary victory in the national construction and defense. The victory's anniversary was also marked in Nghệ An and Bình Định province. The Vietnamese Lunar New Year or Tet culture was highlighted at the art show at the Pushkin State Russian Language Institute in Moscow on Tuesday, drawing 300 teachers and students in Russia. Vietnamese students in áo dài or Vietnamese traditional long dress introduced to students of other nations the culture of giving lucky money in the new year. There must have items of Vietnamese families such as peach blossom trees or kumquat trees, traditional Tet food, and Dong Ho folk paintings. Natalia Tatarina, head of the pre-training department of A.X. Pushkin Institute, said,
It
feels as if I returned to my childhood. I'm impressed by the Tet items displayed at the event and the students' short play about Tet in the old days and today. I'm happy to know that Vietnamese people always treasure and preserve their traditions, like Vietnamese students here are doing. I sincerely wish Vietnamese people a Happy New Year. Vietnamese fruits have recently been given export licenses to demanding markets like the U.S., Japan, and Australia, sending a positive signal of sustainable export of fruits. Nguyễn Quốc Toàn, Director of the Agriculture Products Processing and Market Development Department at the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, stressed the need to reduce logistic costs to enhance competitiveness of Vietnamese fruits.
Chúng ta phải có các cái doanh nghiệp hạt nhân, bởi vì nếu mở cửa thị trường rồi mà không có các...
We need to have businesses that will lead export. Long-term connectivity is also needed because it enables our products to enter the retail distribution chains of other countries. Vietnamese athletes won 7 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze medals at the ongoing 2020 weightlifting World Cup early Tuesday in Rome, Italy. On first day of the competition, Vietnamese athletes were successful at lightweight categories. Thạch Kim Tuấn clinched 3 gold medals at the men's 61 kg category. Nguyễn Anh Tuấn also won 3 gold medals at the 55 kg for men. Hùng Mỹ Phương bagged 1 gold and 2 silver medals in the 45 kg for women. The 2020 weightlifting World Cup in Rome kicked off on Monday and will be ongoing until Friday. Time more of the world news. The deadly coronavirus continues to wreak havoc in China, with the death toll rising to 132 and the confirmed infection cases soaring to nearly 6,000. The number surpassed the infection cases of SARS that broke out in 2002-2003. Chinese respiratory expert Zhong Namshan said. Mentioning the current situation of the epidemic, I think it is partial outbreak. China has allowed the World Health Organization to send international experts there as soon as possible to increase understanding of the coronavirus and guide the global response to the outbreak. New cases of infection are being reported in Malaysia, France, and Germany. Canada has not yet reported any new case of infection, but the Canadian administration set up a hotline to support passengers on the CJet 311 flight from China to Canada on January 22nd that confirmed a case of coronavirus infection. Thailand, the country with the most confirmed cases outside China of the new coronavirus, has set up a national committee headed by the public health minister to manage the handling of the coronavirus situation. Some airlines companies have reduced their flights to China. global groups have restricted their officials to China. The White House wants that they may suspend all flights between the U.S. and China due to the epidemic outbreak. The death toll from last month's volcanic eruption in New Zealand's White Island rose to 21 after another person died in hospital from injuries, police confirmed on Thursday. The name of the disease will be released after family members have been informed, New Zealand police said in a statement. Other survivors of the eruption are being treated for severe burns in hospitals in Australia and New Zealand. Out of the official tally of 21 deaths, 18 people have died in New Zealand and 2 in hospitals in Australia. Another main point once again, Vietnam controls well acute respiratory disease caused by new coronavirus. The Ngọc Hồi Đống Đa historic victory is reenacted in Hanoi, and new coronavirus death toll soars to 132 in China. And that's the news from the Voice of Vietnam.